So good morning everyone. So this short video is intended to teach us how to properly fill up po itong ating tinatawag na zero backlog report. So lahat po ng mga process owner po na meron pong naka-enroll po na service specification sa ating Citizens Charter for fiscal year 2025. So the card secretariat communicated with you so with regards to this compliance report. So naka-receive po tayo ng link so doon sa communication. So na-email po namin yan sa inyo. So kindly check po yung inyong email. We're in. So when you open the link, so meron po kayong makikitang dalawang file. So the first file is the calculator for Annex A and B. And the second one is the zero backlog Annex A and B. Okay, so basically, ito po talaga yung isasubmit po natin sa ARTA. Ito pong pangalawang file, the zero backlog report. So yung calculator software naman po or the calculator tool, so ginawa ko lang po siya in order for us to accurately fill up po yung zero backlog report. Especially po sa mga frontline services na marami po silang nare-receive na transaction per day. Okay. So actually ito pong calculator na to ginawa ko po ito no kasi nagtanong po last time ang Office of the Campus Registrar no with regards on how to accurately fill up nga po yung zero backlog report. Okay? So let us check muna po itong zero backlog. Ito po kasi talaga yung isasubmit po sa ARTA. Okay, so then mamaya punta po tayo dito sa my calculator. So when we open this, so meron po tayong tatlong worksheet na makikita. So we have the Annex A Zero Backlog Program. Then Annex B is the backlog report. And Annex C is the sample size for CSM 2025. So let us check po muna yung Annex A Zero Backlog Program. Okay. So as you can see, no, marami po siyang column. Okay. So ito pong columns A, B, and C, meron na po yan laman initially. So nilagay na po yan ng cart secretariat. So the first column, the column A is your office, no, for example, DCG. Then column B, so is the name of service. So yan po, nakalagay na po dyan yung services po na in-enroll po nila sa Citizens Charter. So currently meron pong dalawang service po ang DCG. Then we have the third column or column C. So we have the classification of the service as simple, complex, or highly technical. So nakalagay na din po yan. So then, ito po yung fill upan natin no, from columns I to M. So I, J, K, L, and M. So ang coverage po ay from January 1 to December 31. So buong taon na po ito. No? Although nakagawa po tayo previously ng report no, from January to June. So para lang po somehow no, ma-practice po tayo how we properly no, fill up this form. So ngayon po kasama na po hanggang December. Okay. So ano po yung kailangan po nating malaman po dito sa kailangan natin sagutan. Ano? So the first one is the average number of applications, requests, license, permit, clearances, etc. received per day. In short, okay, we need to determine somehow no, yung number of transaction per day. Okay, average number po kasi siyempre 'di ba iba-iba naman kasi yung number of transaction per day. So merong pagkakataon na marami tayong client within the day, meron naman na konti lang. So we need to somehow compute no the average number per day. So take note no, ang wala po tayong babaguhin po dito sa may form. So standard po ito, huwag niyo pong babaguhin 'yan. So, nakalagay po dyan per day, no? Then the process, then issued. So, wala po tayong babaguhin. Okay? So, yun po. And the next, so ganun po, no? So, ilan po yung average number of applications or transaction na nare-receive po natin per day. So once na yun ay, for example, may client po, so nag-request po sa atin, syempre, the next step is we're going to process the request in accordance po doon sa naka-enroll po na Citizens Charter or the Service Specification. For example, ito po yung sa DCG. So for example, ang service na inavail ng client is the approval of new or revised standard form. Okay? So you're going to process it in accordance or within the prescribed processing time. Okay? So, yung prescribed processing time, ito po yun. So, dito po kayo titingin. So, ibig bang sabihin nun, na-process nyo ba within 3 days? Example lang yung 3 days. Ano? So, iba-iba po tayo ng processing time. No? Okay. So, na-process ba ng DCG yung request within 3 days? So yun po yun. Yun po yung tinatanong dito po sa... So, we need to determine also the average number process. Per day din po yan, ano? Per day din po yan. Kasi po ito ay per day, so definitely itong pangalawa, itong pangatlo, per day din po yan. Okay? Then after that, so you need also to determine the average number of applications or requests, license, permit, clearance, etc. issued within the prescribed time frame. Okay? So yung na-process po, ibig sabihin na-process nyo, nagawa nyo po lahat ng mga step na yan. Then yung last step siguro, ito po yung may issue nyo na po yung request, kung ano man po yung kanyang request. Pasok din po ba yung issuance ng request within 3 days? So yun po yung tinatanong po dito sa column K. So yun po ano. So maaari po kasing na-process natin within 3 days pero hindi po pumunta yung client in order to receive the request. So yun po yun. Yan. Hindi po natin siya na-issue in absence of the client. Okay? So yun po ano. Then ito po intervening factors and plan of action to address the gap. So mamaya po natin yan i-explain. So basically, madali lang po sana itong ma-compute, no? Lalo na kapag tayo ay meron pong log sheet po ng mga clients. Okay? Lalo na rin kapag konti lang yung clients natin, di naman din marami po yung clients na hindi po tayo frontline. For example po sa planning, so ang process po namin yung request po ng documents sa Freedom of Information. So hindi po siya ganun karami ang clients. So occasional lang po siya. Marami na yung 2 request in a day. So then merong mga araw naman po na walang client. So parang variable po siya yung number of clients per day kasi nga po merong araw na meron tayong client, merong araw na wala. So how we are going to solve or compute the average number of applications? So parang hirap po talaga mag-compute lalo na kapag frontline kayo tapos marami pa po tayong clients. So that's why na nag-evolve po from that scenario po nag-evolve po yung ating calculator for Annex A and B. So somehow ito po yung tool na gagamitin po natin. And actually po ito po talaga yung ating gagamitin na una, no? Okay? Then kung ano po yung ilalabas ng calculator, ipe-paste lang po natin dito sa zero backlog report. So if we are going to open this file, so ito na po tayo sa calculator po So if we open this, so ito po yung lalabas, yan po. So as you can see, meron po akong nilagay dito na sample only. Okay. So dito po tayo mag-fill up, no? So kung meron dyan service 1, service 2, service 3, service 4 hanggang service 11 po yan. Kasi ang pinakamarami po yata ay OCR, no? Meron pong 10 services po na naka-enroll. Okay, so pinasobrahan ko lang po ng isa. So yun po So pero kung isang service lang naman po tayo, so dito lang po tayo magpi-fill up sa service 1. Okay po? So yun po So ayan po for example po sa DCG meron na po siyang service. Okay? So siguro mag-sample tayo ng blanco pa lang ano. So kunyari lang I will input here service no. Ayan. So basically ito muna 'yan. And actually pala mali pala. So na-migrate ko na pala no yung data natin from January to June kaya po ay meron na po ritong initial entry. So ito po yung initial entry natin ng January to June. So na-migrate ko na po yung data na sinabit po ninyo kung nagpasa po kayo ng first period po ano ng January to June. Okay? So as you can see no, um, so doon tayo sa blanco. So you will type your office name. Okay, so pwede rin pong code. So for example, OCP. Yan. And followed by name of service. So kung ano po yung exact name ng ating service. For example, ang title ng aming ano is request for information. So ito po yung sa FOI po namin. Okay. So then after that, yun na po ano. So kung meron po tayong client, no? For example, ngayon meron akong client. So ilalag ko po yung dito. Okay, so dito po sa date or day number. Okay, so actually, no, in-anticipate ko na araw-araw tayong merong, for example lang po, ano, kahit Sabado, Linggo, 365 days po yan in a total. So ginawa ko pong ganyan para ma-compute po natin accurately yung average. Para po accurately, ma-solve po natin yung mga average na yan kasi napakahirap po talagang computing yan no, without this calculator. So for example, meron akong client ngayon. So today is November. So I will type here no, pwede pong date, actual date mismo, November 6, 2025. Okay. So ilalag ko dito. So for example, no, ilan yung transaction na na-receive ko, no? In this day. So number of applications requests per day. So ngayon hanggang mamayang alas 5, ilang kaya yung mare-receive kong transaction? Okay? So for example, bago mag alas 5, so meron akong na-receive na 4. So I will type here na 4. Yan. Okay, then after that, so yung 4 na yun, syempre, ipaprocess ko yan. Okay? So pasok ba doon sa processing time ko doon sa ARTA? So ganun po ang isipin po natin. No? So for example, kung 4 na transaction yan, so na-process ko ba siya? No? So maaaring hindi ko siya ma-process no? Sa November, ngayong araw na to kasi nga malay nyo yung process nyo ay it will take 3 days. Okay? Pero dito nyo pa rin siya ilalag. So for example, yung first transaction, nagawa ko naman siya within 3 days, for example lang ano. So nagawa ko siya, natapos ko yung pagpoproseso no, sa November 9. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 3 days po yun. So ibig sabihin, I will tag it as process within the prescribed time. So for example lang no, 4 yung aking na-receive, then lahat yun na-process ko within the prescribed processing time. So I will type here also 4. Yan. Okay? So, pero kung meron akong isang process na hindi ko na-process, kung meron akong isang transaction na hindi ko na-process within the processing time, so I will type here 3. Ganun po ano. So, mas especially dito sa issued. Okay? So, kung kunyari, 4 yung na-process mo, pero hindi mo naman na-issue yung isang transaction. So, lagay lang po natin dito is 3. Pero kung smooth sailing lang po tayo, no, na-receive po natin, 4, na-process po natin within processing time, 4 din. Tapos na-issue din natin, no, lahat yon. Okay, lahat ng request ibigay po natin, no, na-issue natin. So we also type here, for example, 4. Okay, and also we are going to declare here no, the number of pending transaction. So for example, so dito wala po tayong pending kasi na-issue po. No? Kumbaga equal po yung receive and the issued. So there is no pending transaction. So we type here 0. Pero if ever po na meron po tayong na-receive na 4, tapos 3 lang po yung ating na-issue, so meron po tayong pending transaction na 1. So, yun po yun. Okay? So yung manually, no, type the data here, the number of applications, requests received in this day, process within the prescribed time frame, and issued within the prescribed time, and the number of pending transaction. Okay. So for example po, kinabukasan meron ka na namang client, so November 7 na po. Okay. Yan. So within the day, ilan po yung na-receive natin? So kunyari kung isa lang, so na-process natin isa lang, na-issue rin naman natin siya isa lang. So there is no pending transaction. Okay? So kunyari kinabukasan November 8, wala tayong transaction. So huwag na natin i-type. So i-type lang po natin dito yung meron tayong client. So for example, nagkaroon tayo ng client November 10 na. So pwede po yung merong araw na wala po tayong transaction. So pwede pong mangyari yan. So yan po So after po na ma-fill upan po natin yung columns A to E, so lalabas na po dito sa columns H to L po yung mga data na kailangan po natin for Annex A and the data needed for Annex B. So hindi na po natin kailangan pang mag-isip po ng mga values. So for example, ito yung zero backlog. So ito po yung Annex A. So yung ilalagay po natin dito sa columns I, J, K. So yung lalabas po dito sa my calculator software. So ito po 3, 2.5, and 2. So we just copy this all information sample. So then use paste it here. So paste special lang po values only para hindi po mabago yung format. Yan. So yun lang po So with regards naman po dito sa intervening factors for the gap. So as you can see, meron po siyang gap. Especially kapag magkakaiba po yung values po dito sa ito po yung 3, 2.5, and 2. So yung receive, transaction, process, and issued. Pag meron pong difference po yan, so let us state here the intervening factors for the gap. Okay. So as you can see, meron tayong na-receive na average transaction na 3, pero ang average issued lang natin is 2. Okay. So somehow there is factor kung bakit meron po tayong backlog about this. So let us state here yung mga intervening factors for the gap. For example, nakalagay po dyan limited IT infrastructure, unavailable signatories, etc. So it can be internal factor or external factor. So for example, ay wala yung pipirma kaya hindi na issue, for example, within the prescribed time frame. So I will just type here unavailable signatories. Yan po. So pwede po kayo mag-isip ng iba pang factors. Okay, yung actual factor po talaga na kung bakit hindi natin na-issue yung request in prescribed time frame. Then after that, so you need to write here the plan of action to address the gap. So it could be streamlining or digitalization. Kasi kung hindi available yung pipirma, so somehow kapag ginawa natin digital or digitalized services, so somehow pwede na siguro yung e-sign or e-signature. So the plan of action is, for example, digitalization. Okay. So but you can type any plan of action kung ano po yung inyong maisip. Okay po. For Annex B naman po, Ayan. So, ang gusto po nitong i-measure yung um, the total number of received application. So, this is not average po, ano. So, ilan po yung na-receive po natin transaction from January to December. So, this is 31 pala, hindi lang nabago. Yan. Uwin lang po natin. Yan. And the total number of pending transactions. So, hindi nyo na rin po kailangan pag-isipan yan for as long as na-fill upan nyo na po itong calculator software. So, mapapansin po natin, ito po yan, data needed for Annex B. So, ito po ay na-compute based po dito sa data na in-input po natin. So, yung log po natin, ano. So, 5 and 1. So, 5 and 1. So, we can type naman din po instead na copy paste. Yan. Okay. So, yun lang po, ano. Then, yung Annex C naman po, so for example, natapos na po yung taon. So, ilagay niyo lang po dito yung service name. For example, the service name is request for information. Yan. So, actually, meron na rin po itong fill up. Okay, so, internal. For example, internal. Yan. Then, ilan po yung transaction annually? So, actually, yung number of transaction po, ito din po yun. Okay, yung nasa Annex B. Okay, yan. So, 5. So, let's say number of transaction. Kayo din po ang magde-declare niyan. Or, syempre, depende yan dito sa in-input nyo. Kasi mapapansin nyo, 4 and 1 lang yung nakalagay dito. Kaya, 5 lang po yan. So, that is the total number. Example lang po yan. For example, natapos na po yung taon. Ano? So, 5 transaction in a year. Tapos lalabas po dito yung minimum number of respondents na kailangan po natin sa CSM. Okay. Para po maging representative. So, kailangan doon sa 5 clients ko, nakapagbigay po ako ng CSM na somehow dapat po maging valid po yung kanilang CSM data. Kumbaga po ay naihulog po doon sa box. Tapos na meron pong check kung ano po yung service na in-avail po nila. Or else po, so kunyari lang, naging isa lang yung actual CSM form yung na-receive po natin. So, there is something wrong about the implementation or distribution po ng ating CSM sa ating clients. So, for example po, marami po kayong transaction. Kunyari, 1,000 transaction in a year. So, kailangan at least meron po tayong 278 na CSM form na makuha or ma-harvest. So, yun naman po, itong number of respondents po ay mabe-verify naman po yan sa ORS kasi sila po yung nag-encode. No? Okay. Although hina-harvest po ni Sir Jerome, so, pero merong mga invalid po na CSM. So, because for those reasons. Okay. So, I hope na malinaw na po tayo. No? So, take note po, so ang sasagutan lang po talaga, ang ipapasa lang po talaga rather, ito pong Annex A and B. But in order to facilitate the accurate data, so I recommend not to use the calculator tool. So, yun po. So, if you have question po, so kindly message na lang po dyan po sa ating group chat. So, sige po. Thank you po and have a good day to everyone.